Alright, so in this video, we're going to be speaking about a couple red flags that a masculine man has to watch out for when picking and choosing a partner, right? So let's get straight into it. The first thing you have to watch out for is how far does her feminist mindset go, right? And does she identify as being someone who is a feminist? This is very, very important because, again, people ask about this. Well, what's the problem? Well, the issue is that, embedded in the feminist ideology is principles that are not aligned with nature and programming that separates her from you. So the type of mindset that the woman who has the feminist mindset or principles in her head, the type of woman who has that is not the type of person who is able to connect properly with men in the way that fulfills a man. So if she feels on any level, hey, I don't need a man, right? And she reaffirms that to herself, well, men want to be needed and they need that level of respect. So how does that link up? How does that fit together? Well, actually, it doesn't fit together. Let's say, she's taught from her feminist mindset, hey, you should have some fear of men because they're out to get you, right? This is what the movement has become. Well, how does that fit in with making her feel like she can trust the type of guy that she's with? Well, actually, it doesn't fit in. So it's more likely to trigger in her the things or the type of behaviors that don't make her a good teammate when you're with her. And this is a problem, right? Now, if you're dealing with a girl that comes from the West, of a feminist country, then of course on some level they will all have this. On some level, like even if it's 1%, all of them are going to have this because it's part of the programming of the society. You just have to figure out how far and how deep it goes, because some can be saved and some, well, you can't save them. They can only save themselves, right? Because it doesn't matter what you say. The average person is just not going to save them, and you have to be cool with that. But you have to realize that there are some women who just, you don't want to judge them for it, and you don't want to make them feel bad. You just have to realize what they're trying to satisfy by picking up some of the things from that campaign of feminism. What does it provide women that you can provide them? So, for example, it gives them a sense of activism, right? They feel like they're doing the right thing. Well, if that's the case, you know where you can interact with her so she sees that actually there's a better way to do things, and you don't have to identify as a feminist to do those things. It might be her sense of finding community, right? She might be aligned with people who have that mindset, and those are her friends, or that's the only way she has some sense of connection with other people, because all her friends are feminists too. So she kind of just naturally picks up the social programming from her friends. You have to figure out how far it goes for her, and then you have to say, can she be brought back to nature's principles? If not, you might just want to let it go. But it definitely is going to be something you have to watch out for, because, again, as I said, every woman in this society on some level has been affected by it. Now, number two, the next red flag that a masculine man has to watch out for is has she had some level of trauma that she hasn't yet healed from. Now, this kind of does link to the last point a little bit, because sometimes a woman will adopt a feminist mindset because she has traumas that feminism is proposing to help her fix, or it's kind of like projecting that it's the band-aid that will help just seal the wounds that she's been through, right? So it encourages her to be in her hardness and all of those things, because no one else has actually helped her heal from those things. But you have to identify the particular traumas that she's had, how far she has healed or hasn't healed from it, and how far that will play out in the relationships that she engages in today. So if she's been wronged by men in the past and then she hasn't worked on it and addressed those issues, worked on forgiveness, compassion, processing the past, all of these things, it will surely play up in the relationships, because she's going to just put that perception that she has on men, she's going to put it onto you, which again doesn't make her a good teammate. So again, just like I said, in this particular society, every woman has some level of feminism in her that you have to assess and get to the bottom of. It's also the same thing with traumas too. Every person, man and woman, has been through some level of trauma, and you have to figure out what it is and how deep it goes, so that you can see how much it will affect you and the relationship that you have with her, right? So those are two red flags that a masculine man has to watch out for when dating women, right? So comment down below, let Reemus know what you thought of the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.